Hello everyone, this is Doris with Blue North Crafting. I hope all of you are doing well. If you are new to my channel, thank you so much for joining with me today. And if you are already subscribed, welcome as well. I have been tagged by Kathy at GraceCoPaperStudio here on YouTube to participate in what is called #GiveAScrap. It is something created by Angela at the Traveling Crafter, who is here on YouTube. She came up with, for the month of April, 30 crafters for all 30 days who are creating with scraps. They are reusing trash and junk mail. And the idea is twofold. First, the idea is give a scrap. For those of us in the crafting community, to give a scrap about each other, to show that we care and learn from each other. And second, for our planet, the idea is to save some of this stuff from going in the landfill. Now, not only did Angela create something for the month of April, 30 crafters for 30 days, she is also hoping that those crafters will tag others. So my part is to tag someone myself. And I have chosen 2 people to tag, and the first is Kathleen at BeAgainBooks. Kathleen Maurer, you can look up her name if you haven't already and don't already love her. She is here on YouTube. She, in my opinion, creates beautiful things with junk. The second person that I would like to tag is April at PinkOddBird. A few months ago, she created what was called a no buy, no die, create on the fly kind of challenge type thing. And it was a lot of fun to watch. And I followed along with some of those things that she did. Very creative. I will have all the information for everyone I mentioned below my video or within the title of this video. Okay, so let's get moving. So I recently decided to tear apart my paper pads and come up with a new system for me to use my scrapbook paper. There was a lot of papers I didn't even know I had because of the way they were put into these paper pads. So by doing that, I ended up with a whole bunch of paper pad covers and the backs too. So when I was tagged by Kathy, my mind started to think of all kinds of things that maybe I could do with these as part of the Give a Scrap challenge. So this here is one of the paper pad covers, and here is the bottom part of the cover, because I was trying to do more of a the typical 6x9 type journal. And so I took the top here and cut it down a little bit. I sanded it some, and there was a bunch of wording on here. I just decided to use a piece of scrap fabric and lace that I recently got from my thrifting adventures. And so I've created a cover, and on the inside I added some Amazon packaging and one of my butterfly stamps that I have. This is from a different paper pad, these pockets here. And I'm sure most of you will recognize this paper pad. And then obviously you can see I haven't done anything else with that yet. And then this bottom part of this pad, I decided to create just this little notepad type thing. And I literally just put a piece of vintage lace that I had laying around. Here's a piece of that Amazon packaging, and this is fussy cut from wallpaper. And again, I just did a little tiny cluster here on the back of it. And then this is inside is just magazine images. This is from junk mail. This is a junk mail envelope, and on the underside is the cover from a antique register from Arizona. And so you can see I've just added literally little scraps laying around. This is another image from a magazine. Here we have some graph paper. This I showed a couple weeks ago. I got a whole bunch of this tracing paper that's very well used, but it works. And you can write on that. And I added a little piece of fabric just to reinforce. So just little things. This is from part of a paper pad. And then I covered up the wording on here, and this came from a magazine. So you can see I've just added literal scraps, really. Here I did a little cluster. And then this was from some stenciling and avocado dyeing onto envelope. And then just more parts from another paper pad cover. And then here I just did just some fun collage from stuff that I had. Okay, so that is one paper pad there. Then with another one, I did some fun things here. Let's look at this one first. I made a pocket out of part of a paper pad, a couple kinds of lace. I kind of cut it like a file folder, and I got this idea from something I've had in my craft room on my bulletin board for quite a while. I had made this, and you see this index card. This came from one of those either cooking or sewing type binders. And so when I saw this, I thought that gave me the idea for some of the paper pad cover. And then I just have a couple cutter parts in here. And this is actually just scrapbook paper that I adhered it to, and I sewed around it. Then I just decided to put some of the things I made in this box lid so you could actually see them a little bit better. And you can see I've used some paper punches that I have for some of the paper pad covers. And here I created a little matchbook. Open that up and you can see. And then inside image is glued in here is from a magazine. And then again, I just used literal scraps laying around and just had fun with adding just odds and end papers. Stuff that I've played with ink, things like that. Used my scissors, decorative scissors there. So literal scraps. And here, normally I would never save something that tiny, but I thought for this kind of project, it would be fun to include it. So, and actually looks pretty cool, I thought. All right, so that is my matchbook that I created. Okay, and in here we have like a little, I guess you could call it a tag. You can also put a bullpen on there and hook it onto a journal. Whoops, let's get that more in focus. So I took the negative from my flower punch, and you can see the different paper in the background there. Added a little ribbon and an eyelet there. And then on the back here is another one of the punches. And initially I was gonna try and create a paper clip, but I need to refresh my memory on how to do those. So, but I created one of those. Then we have a cute little tag that, again, you can take it apart and use it in different ways. And these are from the cover. So just fun little things to do. And I don't know if you can see it, but I got a little, I'm having trouble with that focus thing. A little bit of lace, and this is from a different paper pad cover. Next we have, this here is a slide I created. And the back here, so this image will come out. You can see that's again the negative. So we have the negative here from my punch. And then this is an image from the back of a magazine advertisement. Then I added a bread tab to it. And then the last thing here, we have this tag I created with 2 different paper pads. So this is a paper pad. This came from a different paper pad, and just had a lot of fun making some cute little elements. And on the back, again, just putting scraps, came from the paper pad cover. So let's pick out something that I could, that I want to create with today. And like this one. So this one here, I see lots of possibilities. First of all, this I already measured. This is 3 inches and this is 1. If you do not have like a 3 and 1 inch punch, these would make great die cuts for you to trace if you want to make something those shapes. You already have them on hand. So you don't necessarily need a punch or a die cut machine. You can just use these. And you know, this is made out of pretty firm cardboard, so it will stand up. And then another thing I could see doing is down here where this little dotted design is. That's about, if you cut it just above the lettering, maybe you'd have like a 1/4 inch border that you could use along a page. Here, obviously, I see tags, different kinds of things. You could fussy cut these other little images out and use them in different ways. I also feel like you could take this part right here and you can either like just say cut it here, put a little eyelet in there and have it be a tag. It could be a bookmark. You can just keep it the whole design if you wanted and use it that way. Even this little spot here would be cute to add as an embellishment on anything, really. Okay, so let's pick one out. Let's see, I think I'm gonna use this one. Let's put these other ones aside. So my first thought on this is to cut along here. Cut all this off and cut these up into like tags. Okay, so I cut the cover down and you can see how very little scrap there is left and also how different it looks if you remember what the cover looked like to now. You just feel like when you do that, all of a sudden you see the possibilities, whether this is a belly band or something that you could add different buttons and fun things to. Here again, like before, if you don't have an oval punch or an oval die and you've always wanted one, well, now you have one. You can just trace with this and you have a perfectly usable oval shape. And of course, you know, we can sand that and put something on there. I'm trying to keep this as simple and quick as possible, so I don't want to draw out this video too long. And then here I've cut all of these down. And then this was along the top of the paper pad on either side of the wording. And then we have this piece here. Let's just take this one. We're going to go ahead and make a tag shape. Okay, and then when I make a tag, I like to round the corners. So I'm going to use my corner rounder to do that. Okay, and we're gonna cut it for an eyelet. Okay, and I got my crocodile for that. And let's look for an eyelet to use. We'll just go with something simple like gold. Okay, here's my eyelet. So since I'm using the larger hole here, I'm going to be doing the formula A1. So think of A1 sauce for the larger eyelet. I know some of you have a hard time with these, and I get it. Luckily I saved the instructions. So I always have to remind myself every time I do this which setting. But once I get it down, I'm good to go. Okay, so it was already set at A1. Now we're just going to put our eyelet in. And I'm not showing you anything that most of you don't already know. I'm just kind of showing you how quick and easy it is to create with these covers. Okay, we have that. Now I'm going to go ahead and create a skinnier tag with this. See if we can find something a different color. Let's just go with this yellow, since that's easy to see there. And then we have to change the setting on our crocodile. So we need it to be C. Sorry about the neighbor boy coming in. You might hear his muffler there. All right, C3. There it is. Okay. So we have that set. Put that little eyelet there. Just like that. Squeeze it a little. I noticed with those little ones, you don't need to squeeze them much because it works super easy. Okay, so we have those little tags. Look at that. See, just something simple. This would be great for like on a birthday gift or something like that. Any type of present. Great for Happy Mail. You can take these apart and do whatever you want with them. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and punch out a flower for this. Okay, so I have this flower punch. It's called a pansy punch. It retired from Stampin' Up. We're gonna just make a flower with that. Let's see, which one should we pick here? Let's just go with this one. Okay, there's our flower. And now remember, we're still using the same cover. See, you can use the negative. All right, and I'm going to put a little hole in this too so we can hang it together. And I could go ahead, sure, and sand things and ink things up, but for the sake of the video and time, I'm just going to skip those steps. And we still have it set to the smaller setting from before. Okay, I'm going to pick out an eyelet to put in the flower here. Okay, so we have 3 different fun little pieces here. You know, like I said, I'm keeping this very basic. You could find an image or, you know, something from junk mail or stamps or stickers or anything to really change the look of this even more. But I'm just keeping things simple. Let's grab a ball pen. Okay, let's go ahead and put the 3 pieces together. With the ball pen. And I think I'm going to add a little piece of lace here that I got sitting on my table. Well, wait a minute. Let's take this off. Add this on. And then we'll just trim that off. Like that. I'm all thumbs here. Sorry about that. All right, let's try to see if we can get that in there again. There we go. And we're going to put our skinny tag. I guess I could have made that a little bit longer, but that's okay. I don't think you can see it very well on camera anyway. And then we're going to add our flower. There we go. If I can get that to close. There we go. Okay, and look how cute that is. All made with the scrapbook paper pad cover. Okay, that was a short little demonstration, but you get the idea of how fun and easy it is to create something with the paper pad covers. Thank you all of you for watching my video. I hope you will follow along with the hashtag #GiveAScrap and will want to participate. Even if you're not tagged, just use the hashtag and try something and share with us. I have loved every single day seeing all the crafters and what everyone does, and everyone is so creative, and I've even went off and watched some of the other ones that have been tagged, and it's just been pure joy to watch what everyone creates. I definitely have learned, and I'm definitely wanting to try some of these things, and some of the ideas I have never even seen before. So that is even more exciting for me to try something new as a crafter. I hope all of you got some inspiration from this video, and if you have any questions, let me know. And I hope Kathleen and April will take me up on my offer, being tagged in the #GiveAScrap hashtag. Thank you, and until next time, we'll see you later.